A dying star collapsing under its own gravity, a modern nation-state fracturing into political chaos, two people once deeply in love realizing they can no longer stand to be in the same room. On the surface, these look like completely different tragedies, but underneath, they are driven by the exact same invisible equation. The Bulgarian philosopher Petar Nikolov spent years analyzing why complex systems fall apart, compiling his findings into over 3,000 distinct aphorisms. What emerged from that massive archive is the U-model, a universal operating system for existence itself. At the core of this theory is a structural necessity. Every stable system in the universe, from a quantum particle to a global economy, relies on a minimum complete triad. It needs form, which is its identity or structure. It needs position, which is its context and environment. And it needs action, which is its behavior and dynamics. Maintaining this stability requires paying three constant prices to exist: time to hold form, space to maintain position, and energy to execute action. Removing any single pillar triggers a mathematical collapse into entropy. Right now, our most vital human systems are attempting to function while missing these foundational supports. To see this collapse on a macro scale, we have to look at geopolitics. Nikolov applies the triad to arrive at a provocative diagnosis. Modern democracy is structurally broken. In a typical democratic system, the triad is misaligned. It grants massive action to everyone in the form of equal voting power, but it does so without requiring any underlying form, like shared moral values, or verifying a specific position, like competence or merit. When the opinions of the capable and the incapable are averaged together, the result is a dictatorship of mediocrity. It is a structure that actively punishes intelligence by allowing the least informed to outvote the most competent. History shows the consequence of this structural flaw. Systems built purely on mass approval routinely produce leaders who use populism to legally seize control rather than delivering actual results. Equal voting rights without equal societal contribution creates an entropic system. It guarantees the eventual collapse of a civilization by rewarding manipulation over merit. Nikolov addresses this systemic rot with the risk market, a framework built around a universal measurement known as the U-score. To restore stability, voting power and authority must be strictly proportional to an individual's measurable contribution to society. That contribution is determined by three specific metrics: code, the refusal to do harm; credo, the creation of organizational benefit; and rights, the correctness of expectations. Under this model, wealth, the noise of propaganda, and positional power hold no weight. Only mathematically proven ethical outcomes grant legitimate authority. Replacing popularity contests with a metric of ethical efficiency aligns human governance with the laws of natural selection. This logic scales all the way down from global superpowers to our most intimate connections. The same triad that governs a nation dictates the success of a relationship. Stable romance requires triadic resonance. To last, a partnership needs all three pillars to lock into place. If a couple has high action, passion, and effort, but zero form, meaning no shared values, the relationship becomes a fleeting transaction that quickly burns out. Alternatively, you might share a deep identity and form, but live in a toxic or incompatible position. Without a stable environment, the relationship becomes suffocating. A painful breakup is a structural failure of the triad, a state where partners unknowingly export entropy into each other's systems. This relationship framework is part of a broader personal operating system for daily life. Every day involves three fundamental choices: who you are, form; where you stand, position; and what you do, action. Personal failures rarely stem from a lack of effort or action. They happen because an individual is standing in the wrong position, wasting their energy on a context that doesn't fit their form. If you do not actively manage these three pillars for yourself, external forces will optimize them for their own benefit. Whether you are running a superpower or choosing a life partner, stability is the conscious mastery of the universal triad.